So my name's Rex Sepps. I'm a used car dealer out of South Carolina. I'm a classic car appraiser out of South Carolina. And there's a particular car that I want to talk about today that I've always been an admirer of, and I've always admired it from a distance. You know, it's way out of my price budget for what I can personally get my hands on, but I do think it's a very, very special car, and I do think it's getting forgotten about in, the collector, car enthusiast space. And that car is the 2004 to 2010 Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. I mean, this is a car that was, stickered at $455,000 in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So we're not even going to get into how much that would be worth today. Everybody knows inflation is crazy, but this is a car that was, reaching the top speeds of 207 miles per hour in the early 2000s. This car is a rocket, a front engine rocket. You know what I'm saying? It had a whole bunch of carbon fiber and all that stuff. It's really a special piece, special piece. And I feel like it's gotten forgotten about, over the years. And I think part of that is due to, other manufacturers and what other manufacturers were coming out with at the time. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I know in 2004, Porsche came out with the Carrera GT, which we know is a folklore legend, a very, very special car. And then Ferrari came out with the Enzo in 2002, which is also another very, very special car. And then we got to keep in mind that Bugatti in 2005 came out with the Veyron. And the Veyron, in my opinion, changed the supercar, hypercar space forever. So these are just some of the reasons why I think it's kind of been overshadowed or forgotten about. And I've been looking at the market for them, over the last couple weeks, and matter of fact, over the last couple months. And I've started to notice a very bullish trend in regards to the ones that are selling. And I think, it's going to be one that if you're in that space where, you're a high-end collector or, something of that nature, this might be one to take a look at because it could be a good place to put your money, because they're appraising well and they're rising fast. And we're going to get into some of that stuff. I'm going to show y'all some of the reasons why I believe that, this is something that you might want to take a look at if you're in the market for something special. Let's get into it. So I want to talk about pricing, but in order to talk about pricing, I have to talk about the different versions of the car. There's 6 different versions of the car, but the 2 most basic versions that you're going to come across are the Roadster and the Coupe. The Roadster is a convertible and the Coupe is a hardtop. There's 4 special edition versions. You got the 722 edition, 722S edition, the super unique Sterling Moss edition, and you have some McLaren editions too, because we know it is a collab between Mercedes-Benz and McLaren. So there's some McLaren editions out there too. So first off, let's get into the most basic one, which is the Coupe, which is the C199. As you can see here, this is from ClassicCar.com. According to their book value, according to their algorithm, that CMB, they're saying that the Coupe is worth $334,000. And as you can see, this example is worth $329,000, what they're asking for it. And as you can see, it's black with the hardtop. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful car. The next one is the Roadster, the R199. And they're saying its CMB is $386,000. So a little bit more than the Coupe, but not by much. But, this car looks fantastic with the convertible. I mean, it looks fantastic. This particular example, they're asking $390,000. And as you can see, it's convertible. So, it just depends on your cup of tea with that. And the next car is one of those special editions ones I was talking about. So this is the 722 edition. And this is obviously the hardtop version of the 722 edition. And the CMB on it is $631,000, so a big jump. And you can see, this particular example is $770,000. They're selling it in Brussels, Belgium. And as you can see, it's the hardtop. So this is the hardtop version of the 722. And the next one we're going to talk about is the convertible version of the 722. So this one is even more expensive with a CMB, classic car market value of $864,000. So an even bigger jump. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, this one right here The example is $747,000. And it's a 2009 722S Roadster with a convertible with the red interior. Sick looking car, just fantastic looking lines. And then here we have the McLaren edition that I was mentioning earlier. So, this is the version that, this is the McLaren version of the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, the McLaren edition. And its CMB is 520 something thousand. So, and here it goes right here. This particular example, they're asking 405, which, it's not bad. It's sold at 405. But as you can see, it's got some different little trim pieces that make it special too. And the last one I want to talk about is the Sterling Moss edition, which is super rare, super low production numbers, and super expensive, sitting at around 3.2 million is what they're supposedly going for. I mean, this is the type of car you're really only going to see in a museum or like a Barrett Jackson type auction, once a year. But it's truly a special car. But, I just threw this one in the list because I feel this one would be very, very hard to get your hands on. Even if you had the money, it'd be tough. It'd be really tough to get this one. So in conclusion, I personally believe the versions of this car that are going to the moon are the Roadster and the Coupe. Mainly because, the special edition versions are already on the moon for us regular folks. My reasoning for this rise is because of the collab between, Mercedes and McLaren. I mean, I know the power on this car is fantastic. The looks on this car is fantastic. But what other car do you know that is a collab with Mercedes and McLaren? It's got the co-branding and everything. We'll probably never see this again, and it's never been done again. So, that in itself makes it, extremely, extremely special. And as of 2024, I could not find a coupe or Roadster less than 300K. So this leads me to believe that they're headed back to their original sticker price of 400K plus. So, and additionally, it must be noted of how low the production numbers are for these cars as a whole. Something around 2,200 is the production number. So, the production is so low, and their special editions are just going to the moon. So it's only safe to believe that the Roadster and the Coupe will soon be on the moon as well. And it's just a special car. I mean, I don't personally believe that the Coupe and the Roadster in terms of performance are that far off of the special edition versions. I mean, the Coupe and the Roadster are about 617 horsepower, and the special editions, the 722 and the 722S, are at around 640, 650. So I don't think as a collector, they offer, the special edition versions I don't think they offer twice the price in terms of value for the average collector. But this is just my opinion on the matter. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you look out for more. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you.